Then I realize what it is. There's a man in back of this place. He's the one who's doing it.
Do you wear wigs? No, I do not. Have you worn wigs? No, I have not. Will you wear wigs? Maybe. When will you wear wigs?
Easy top 3. If I'm not 16!
Just kidding, guys. This was expected, as it was my first time in a GTP at Road Atlanta, and it was also top split, so let's see how this race goes. It shouldn't be too bad. It's still a GTP, and I'm really great in those. Alright, so first lap, keeping it clean. Only lost 1 place so far. We're fine. Alright, get a little hip check there, but we're fine. Okay, another place lost. Alright, we're fine. Oh, that's a bit of a send. Oh. You know we're fine, it's fine. We're just gonna pit and oh. That's a drive-through penalty. Yeah, so that race did not go well at all. It was my first race in about a week, but we're gonna see how the next ones go. I'm not having that.
And you have meddled with the primal forces of nature. And you will atone.
Next race, and we slap it on the front row. We're lining up P2, and the leader actually waits way too long, so the green flag waves before he even goes, and we get right up alongside him. Into the first corner, and we're gonna go big balls, go round the outside, and take the lead. Looking at lap 2, he is right behind me, stalking me like some secret admirer. I was gonna dive down the inside. I'm gonna try and defend, but I just go way too deep, and he's able to pull a great switchback on me, as I just completely whiff the corner and almost lose a second place there. I'm flashing my lights, letting him know that was a nice move, but into the next corner, we are side by side, but again, I have to stay around the outside, and we keep the position. On to lap 5, and I touch the grass a little bit too much on the entry to the first corner. I go way deep, lose a position. Now let's have a nice aerial view of that. That's a big mistake for me, and we drop down to P3. We catch the traffic on lap 7, and here you're gonna see just how important it is to get not caught up in the traffic. It's really tricky here with all the lapped cars. So you're gonna see with this aerial view just how much it plays with that distance between you and the next car, and how much you have to weave through it like that guy ahead. Like I said before, the traffic really plays with that gap, and as we go through the final corners, we get slowed down a lot heading onto lap 8. I try and get a better exit and pull to the right of him, but he blocks it very well, and I hit the cone. Now through this next corner, I'm gonna have to back off a lot, and then I'm just gonna have to get a good run through here and pass the Ferrari. Now we get right back up on him. Again, don't take that out of context. And now, we're both weaving through the traffic. It's very hard knowing where the GT3s are gonna go. You only have a sliver of a clue due to the normal racing line. But as we come out of this latest corner, he's gonna slow down a lot. I don't even know why, and we're gonna get back up to P2. That was not anything to do with traction or anything to do with the traffic. And later on, after this long straight, he's gonna have a big moment with a bunch of cars, and it's just gonna create a bunch of carnage. I mean, there's guys spinning all over the place. Let's get a better view of that. Yeah, including including 2 of the 3 classes. It's pretty crazy. At the end of lap 15, we're gonna pit, diving down into the pits with this very scary, very scary pit entrance. We lock up the front tires, trying not to get that slowdown penalty like we did in the first race. Now I pit this early so that I could have just clean air, and I pit right before we got into the second wave of traffic. And it seems that worked, but just a couple laps later, we find them once again. This track is very short and you catch the traffic very quickly. This is lap 20 and we're already back on them. As we head on to lap 21, the leader is actually going to pit, so he wasn't really the net leader, but he was leading the race because myself and the leader had both first pit. Out of the final corner on lap 22, I go for a little bit of an optimistic move on a GT3 out of the final corner. I give him a little weave, letting him know, I'm sorry for that. But if you look above me on the relative, we see Michael Verstappen, a very well-known driver. I just can't believe I made it by him. So after that little excursion with the GT3 traffic and meeting one of the best drivers ever, the race was pretty smooth sailing from here. Sailing takes me away.
Clear left.
Alright. So this lap GTP into one of the final corners in one of the final laps just completely misses his braking point, even spins, but he gets going again and I wasn't damaged, so nothing to worry about.
Daniel took the win.
Now it's the final lap, final corner, we're sliding around and we come around across the finish line to take second place. A very nice race.
We're on the podium, good drive.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Give me my theme music.
Starting P11 on the first lap with all the carnage, we gained 6 places in just one lap, which was just amazing for me because I was very upset about starting all the way in the back, but we're up there now and we're fighting for podiums, and it's already proven that I'm faster than the guy ahead, who I think is in 4th place. As you can see, I'm much faster out of the corners. A couple laps later, he gets very slowed down by a GT3 out of that same corner, and I get right up on him. Out of one of the most important corners leading onto the longest straight of the track, I try and get a good exit, which I kind of do, and now we are really in the hunt for 3rd place. Right now, he is definitely looking in his mirrors to see when I'm gonna attack. going into the chicane at the end of the lap, I'm gonna send it down the inside. He can't come back and pull a switchback. And I'm gonna keep that place, move up to 3rd place. Now here's just a little interesting moment I thought I'd include. This McLaren might have been damaged, might have not been, but it was interesting out of the last corner. In the second half of the race, my goal is to now weave through the traffic, catch up to 2nd place, and perhaps pass him. Now, this was a little tricky because I didn't understand what the Mercedes wanted from me. I went offline and I thought he was going to take the apex again, but he didn't. Now you can see him in the distance there. We're really catching him. We're definitely faster than him, so hopefully we can make it quick. Out of this final corner, I get a little slowed down, and I even have to lift going onto the main straight as that McLaren was right in my way. But up to the top of the hill, he goes way over the curb, just overshoots it, and even goes a little deep to the next corner. So I catch up very close, and I'm right on his tail. Here you can see the power of the GTPs as we race by the GT3s. I'm hunting down for 2nd. I'm not going to let this go. For the second half of this race, I'm locked in, and I'm going to get this position. Out of the chicane, I am right on his tail. We've got some GT3s coming up, so it's going to be a little tricky. He has to slow down a bit out of the final corner onto the main straight, and as we go on to the next lap, I'm right up his gearbox, but I just cannot do anything with that shallow of a line since we had the GT3s on our outside. And once again here, the GT3s through the S's are going to slow him down so much. I'm right up against him. Nope. That was weird, I'm sorry. I am right there with him, and I'm so close to him. I'm gonna think about a move down the inside, but it's too risky there, and I need a good exit to maybe challenge him into the chicane. Once again, I'm right there. I'm gonna sit in this draft and see what I can do. Into the chicane, you can see just how much of a factor traffic is, as it puts a great gap between me and him. I was maybe 2 tenths behind him, but now it's at least 5 tenths. We're gonna get a great aerial shot as we're passing these GT3s, and hopefully I can bring this gap back down to around 2 tenths instead of around 5 now. Once again, through the S's, he's just going to get screwed by the GT3s. He has to slow down so much going into the second half of it. I'm once again going to be right there with him. I did close that gap down because I got lucky with the traffic, and he's just got absolutely screwed. I'm right there with him. I'm gonna think about a move to the inside, but I'm gonna think again. I'm gonna try and get a good exit. And on the exit, I stay with him just enough so that I can challenge him into the next corner, which is the chicane. We stay side by side, and around the outside of the second half, I make my way around up into second place, and he pits. But now, he's been holding me off, slowing me down so much that I now have a new competitor. The battle is once again for second place. It's time to weave through traffic again. He was blinking a bit, but he is gonna try and make some moves. He's sitting right in my draft, down the long straight, and he's even gonna try and go down the inside. But I think I hold him off, but I can't really tell because he's blinking. But I hold him off, and I dive into the pits. I don't want to have him sitting in my draft and just eking out that time, so I pit, we come out of the pits, and it's just clean air. the rest of the race, I just had some scares with traffic like this right here. But you can see in the distance at the top of the hill, there's just no GTPs to be seen. I am clear, I am in second, and this will be my race. Another scare right here as this Ferrari has just no spatial awareness, but didn't touch me, it's fine. Out of the final corner, just a lot of snaps of oversteer there. End of the race, final lap, we come around the final corner, and that's another P2. A great race, starting from the back.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.